Well, welcome to another video of the Carnal Conservative, and as you can see, this is going to be a continuation of the Jack Murphy and branded masculinity topic. And this is in response to a comment that I got on one of my posts on social media about that video. And it reads, as you can see for yourself, "In practice, nowadays, the protection is mostly the task of the state. People work out to virtue signal that they can hit if necessary, but it's almost never necessary." Now, sadly, he is largely correct. However, what I would like to add is that not only is it almost never necessary, but even when it is necessary, the state has made it so systemically impossible and dangerous and detrimental for men to enact their proper roles as protectors of women and children, and even those other disabled and the weak, the unable to defend themselves, in so much that men have been de-incentivized from being protectors. And those of you who have been on this channel for some time know that that we are living in a dystopian state for men. Unironically, and I won't apologize for that evaluation, men live in a time where it is unironically more brave and more socially acceptable to take a female who is underage to an abortion clinic than to beat the shit out of the man who got her pregnant. Understand that when a young woman gets pregnant, she has been a victim, whether it was rape or not. She was taken advantage of someone who did not have the means or the power to provide for her and the child that is now growing in her body. She has been taken advantage of, and it is now that child is now hers and the responsibility of her family to take care of, because a weak man imposed that upon her. Society has taken away from men the right to use force against invaders, against people who invade against their family unit. Now, there are very, 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 very rare cases where we see fathers get off of attacking those who pursue their family. We have the wonderful case where a pedophile was shot coming home from an airport by the father, and that was wonderful. If you saw that episode of Mad Lads on Count Dankula's channel, go watch it again. It is wholesome. Depressing, but wholesome in the end. And by the way, the man dies with no regrets. His ex-wife, who you can imagine discovering that your child being molested and having to navigate that whole mess, would tear apart a man and a wife reasonably. But even the ex-wife, when she found out what this man did, commented, "The least you could have done is let me drive you to the airport." That's a good woman right there. But this is something that is only hinted at, and the problem with this statement is he actually thinks this is a good thing. He actually thinks that this is a necessary and good step in the right direction for humanity to progress, and I must vehemently disagree. Robbing men of their protective nature and their protective inclinations and giving that over to the state is just as hellish and detrimental as telling women that they are not allowed to nurture children. It must be done by a state facility. And not only is that dangerous for the children being reared in such a godforsaken environment, it scars the soul of every woman who each moment has to restrain that maternal nature to nurture a child. You have to, men and women need to rediscover and understand just how damaging this dynamic is for men intrinsically. It is a dystopian hell that we're living in, and we don't even see it anymore. And we make comments like this one that you see on your screen that makes it seem like, oh yes, progress. No, it's not progress, it's hell. Stop celebrating it. This is not a good thing for violence to be completely and solely in the hands of the state. I know that people want to define the state as having the one monopoly on violence. No, no, no. The state has a monopoly on enforcing contracts. In America, that's what the state is supposed to be. Violence belongs to the father. And it's about damn time we start taking that back. These are my thoughts. I hope they find you well. Stay carnal and God bless everyone.